Hello, this is Mosmi, and today I bring you about something that rarely makes headlines until it starts threatening regional peace. We often hear about wars and ceasefires, but what truly holds nations together or keeps them from falling apart are treaties. And two treaties signed decades ago between India and Pakistan are now under serious pressure. The Indus Waters Treaty of 1960 and the Shimla Agreement of 1972. India stands firm on both. But Pakistan, it's playing a dangerous diplomatic game, one that could destabilize everything. Let's start with the Indus Waters Treaty, an agreement brokered by the World Bank in 1960. It's often called one of the most successful and generous water sharing treaties in the world. The treaty allocated the three eastern rivers, Ravi, Beas, and Sutlej of the Indus to India, while 80% of the three western rivers, Indus, Jhelum, and Cherab, to Pakistan. Now, here's the remarkable part. The treaty survived three wars, decades of hostility, and countless terror attacks. India never weaponized water, not even after 2611, not even after Pulwama. That shows restraint. That shows maturity. But let me ask you, does maturity have limits? Because now India is exercising its full rights under the treaty, developing Kishanganga and Ratal hydropower projects. Pakistan has raised objections, but the world sees this. India is within its legal rights. So I ask, is India's commitment to the treaty an act of responsible diplomacy, or is it being taken for granted? Now let's talk about the Shimla Agreement, signed after the 1971 war, when India split Pakistan in two and Bangladesh was born. This was more than a ceasefire, it was a promise. All issues, including Kashmir, would be resolved bilaterally. But today, Pakistan calls it a dead agreement. Yes, you heard that right. Why? Because bilateral talks don't suit Pakistan's new narrative. They want internationalization. They wanted the UN, the OIC, and perhaps even China to step in. Yes, of course, China to step in. But let's be honest. This is not diplomacy. This is diplomatic escapism. Pakistan is grappling with an economic collapse, political instability, and rising terror networks within. So what's easier? Blame India? Dismiss Shimla? Pretend agreements don't matter? But that brings us to a serious question. Can a nation just wake up one day and decide a treaty it signed is now invalid? If so, what value does international law hold? India has responded, not with fire, but with facts. New Delhi has made it clear. The Shimla Agreement is legally binding. The Indus Waters Treaty is operational, and India has not violated a single clause. But, and this is important, India is also sending a quiet warning. If Pakistan disowns Shimla, why should India respect the bilateral clause on Kashmir? If Pakistan challenges the water sharing treaty, what stops India from using Article 62 of the Vienna Convention, which allows treaty revision under fundamental change of circumstances? Let's look at the bigger picture. India is a rising global player, hosting the G20, leading Quad discussions and shaping tech partnerships with the US, Japan, and the EU. Perhaps now it's bleak. Pakistan, on the other hand, is lobbying for bailouts from the IMF and China. So let me ask you, who seems more credible to the world right now? Who's upholding international norms and who's rewriting the rules when convenient? We live in a time when trust between nations is fragile, and Pakistan never was nor is trustworthy. And in that fragile web, treaties are not just pieces of paper, they are promises, commitments, guardrails against chaos. Tonight, I leave you with this thought. If Pakistan chooses to walk away from the very agreements that held peace in place, what future is it really preparing for? And if trust is broken, what replaces it? I'm Mosmi, and this has been your deep dive into the fault lines of South Asian diplomacy. Stay informed, stay curious, and stay tuned to the Global Eye.